Yes, the APOD 2.0. All right. Special guest today. Special guest, live studio audience. Here we go. Star Trek versus Star Wars. What's your preference? Put your toys away, nerd.
I'm sorry.
All right. As has been said before, I think it was a Quentin Tarantino movie. You can either like The King, Elvis, or the Beatles. You can like both, but you can't like them the same. You always like one more than the other.
Yeah.
We've identified a similar phenomenon. Star Trek and Star Wars, of course. What is your preference? You can like both of them, but there's always one that you like just a little bit, which is kind of like your kids. Right, Chris?
Drown the kids and shoot the neighbors.
Hashtag. Oh, man. Always have a plan.
Me that language.
So, yeah, you can like one. You can like both, but one you always like more than the other, right? Star Trek versus Star Wars. Today's episode. Special guest today. Okay, I'm Ben. We have David.
Yep.
Oh man! You got shell-shocked.
They did this to me when I first came in too, so they had to edit it. And on the last one, yeah, they said that to me as well. So he's not the first time.
All right, go ahead. Introduce ourselves.
I'm Martin.
Yeah.
Martin. Pull right from the studio audience. Have a beer. Give this man a beer.
That was totally worth it.
Way to go.
Awesome.
Again, joining us this week.
Hi. Yes, thanks for having me back again. This is cool. Second time. Appreciate
There we
it.
go. Yeah, maybe we can get a little bit more liquored up this time. Have a better show, better showing.
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to do something with your hands.
I keep my hands on the desk. What do you want? You want me to start waving them around, from side to side? Like, I don't care. No.
Abacadabra.
He was asking for an HJ.
What is
Very
it?
subtly.
Wait, can somebody tell me what it is with this show and HJs? I mean, this is...
Have you ever seen Rushmore?
Yeah, we're keeping
No,
it
I haven't
PG-13.
seen Rushmore.
Yeah, it's PG-13. Come on, bitch tits.
Oh. We can't go back to that.
We by the way, we got that out of our system the last episode.
Yeah, we beat that dead pig.
We're just gonna take.
Okay.
We're just gonna take the BT banner, right? Hang it from the Raptors. It's gone.
If anything, we can label something a BT moment, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if someone wears high heels or thigh high fishnets.
Like fucking esoteric and nobody else follows. And
Yeah, or you get the BT badge of the day goes to for something that they did,
And of course, we have our third regular member of the APOD.
Yes,
Chris.
Yes, Chris. Good to see you
Chris is
again.
here with his trucker hat again.
Get it?
Thanks for changing for the occasion.
Trying to keep it classy.
We miss your hair, Chris.
I'm not a hair product.
I miss your hair.
I
You need to get that. Okay.
I feel a love affair.
So yeah, a love affair, right? Okay. So Martin's here. He looks like a mixture of Sideshow Bob and King Buzzo from the Melvins.
Maybe if like Chewbacca fucked Krusty the Clown.
Chewbacca fucking Krusty.
Very, very topically accurate for today's show.
Hey.
That's not a very good chew.
No.
Here, ready?
Fuck it.
Trailer recreation. Chewie, we're home.
All right.
The Itchy and Chewy Show. Holiday special reference, anyone?
So we'll go down the circle and then we can tear each other apart after that. We'll start clockwise. First one clockwise is going to be David. Star Trek or Star Wars?
I gotta give the edge to Star Wars.
What?
Oh.
What? Hold on.
Isn't that
The way I see it,
fantasy by your label?
the way I see it, 4 out of the 7 Star Wars movies are watchable, and I am including the holiday special in that count of 7.
Hold on. Holiday special. Thumbs up or thumbs down, David?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up! Wow!
Okay.
Even George Lucas wanted to board that penis.
George Lucas was also responsible for the prequels, so that's how much I trust his judgment.
Yeah. My favorite Star Wars character is B. Arthur.
Yes. Yes.
Are we going around and then just annihilating on each?
Hold on.
Clockwise.
Yeah, okay.
Clockwise.
David, getting back to your I know it's your opinion, but it's supposition. You said Star Wars over Star Trek. Now,
Yes.
I think based on when we go back into the Daypod vault, this fantasy versus sci-fi. We spent the whole 45 minutes trying to define what in fact sci-fi and fantasy are. And David came up with the bright line David Curry rule. Curry is in rice because it's spicy. You got him fucked up, son. Anyway,
Good, sir.
hey, give this guy another beer. Give him another one. And a Xanax. All right, so let's see here. David came up with a bright line rule that you were allowed one exemption of.
Yeah, it's like a Socratic argument. You're allowed one what if, and you extrapolate from there. And that's the boundary of science fiction.
Okay,
Beyond
so
that, you're going into the realm of science fantasy.
So are we under the agreement that Star Trek is science fantasy, science fiction, or pure
They're both
fantasy?
science fantasy.
Okay. Okay, so I'm under the
Both of
assumption
them.
that we would define Star Trek more as a sci-fi and Star Wars more
It's
as a
certainly
fantasy because
closer
there's
to
magic.
science. Star Trek is certainly closer to science fiction, but they are both science fantasy.
Okay. And you prefer Star Wars.
I do prefer Star Wars.
Midi-chlorians and all.
No, like I said, 4 out of the 7 Star Wars movies are watchable.
Episode 1, 2, 3.
Holiday special! Damn!
You know, I've never even.
Which 2 movies do you discount?
Do you know math? What is
The math skills come with a trucker hat.
To be honest, I've.
Hold up 7 fingers.
No, he
and
said
put
4 or
down
7.
4 of them and count how
I
many
kind of
fingers you
wasn't
have left.
listening when you were talking a little bit. Like,
Yeah, what a fucking shock.
okay.
I've never seen. the
So
holiday
what's your
special.
top 2 movies then, David, for Star Wars?
Obviously, New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
If you had to
New
pick
Hope.
one over the other,
Yeah.
if you could only watch one and the other movie would get erased from history, which one would you pick?
Ooh.
Then I would change my 2 favorites to Phantom Menace and Empire Strikes Back and pick Empire Strikes Back so that Phantom Menace is erased from history.
Yeah.
So you would rather have
That will work.
So you'd rather have the holiday special in circulation opposed to the Phantom Menace?
Absolutely. No
but
question.
but the Godfather of the genre, the whole they made
What
not
the
the
fuck
genre.
are you talking about, Godfather of the genre?
George Lucas, the mind child, the brainchild, the genius behind the franchise. So that I wish that I could, I can't, I don't have the quote in front of me. I'd find every copy of the holiday special and smash it with a hammer.
He did say that, something like that.
He did say
He
that.
did.
He did
Something
everything
like
in
that.
his power to take it away, to take it out of circulation.
I've never seen the.
But
holiday
David
special.
thinks that. But David wants the holiday special in circulation, despite
as
the founder.
as canon.
It was canon for quite a while.
it
actually.
is
Until
canon.
No, Disney got rid of it. But
That son of a.
until Disney bought LucasArts, it was canon.
Oh
It
man,
was canon.
Look, maybe we could do a audio commentary track on Sean's first time watching it.
No, because we don't want to fucking hear like screaming.
Is he allowed masturbating?
do I have to keep my pants on?
We will see someone's childhood die right before our very eyes.
Is
Reoccurring theme.
is
the day of my childhood
Carrie
died.
Fisher and his slavers?
Carrie Fisher was hanging on to the props in the scenes to avoid fucking flying off the surface of the earth. She was so fucking high in cocaine. It was so bad. Her eyes could not stand. It was like it was spinning. The room was spinning around this bitch.
Wow.
It was bad.
I got to see this. I've never
It was,
seen this.
It was awkward. Remember when she started like molesting Chewie? She's
What?
so fucking high. She's like,
And they changed like the.
Are you guys lying to me right now?
That's we couldn't even make something like that up. They changed like the Star Wars music to this song like about Life Day.
No, they just added lyrics
Yeah.
that Carrie Fisher sang.
Yeah. About
Oh,
like
my.
Life Day.
While high on coke,
it was awful.
Sugar boogers.
Is it?
while clinging sensuously to Chewbacca.
Is this like a straight to videotape
No,
release?
this was a television special.
A television
This
special.
was a 1978 variety show. It was not a Christmas special, actually. It was a Thanksgiving special. It was November 30th, if I recall correctly.
Damn.
The holiday special, yeah,
It is
right.
the holiday special, but it was for Thanksgiving.
And it was in between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, right?
Right. It was right after A New Hope came out.
And that was the very first. That was the introduction of Boba Fett, if I remember, during a
Yep.
interlude, a cartoon interlude. Right?
I just tuned out half of what David said and just watched as he whipped out his giant nerd EP and just dropped it right on the table right there with that explanation of that. That was just, man, I
think the coolest part, like if you, of the holiday special, is looking at all the period commercials when like the unions.
Oh, yeah. Shrilly Union anthems are definitely the best part of television advertising that we've lost.
Those were awesome. They talk about like the Magic Mormon panties and shit. Remember that?
No, it was all the fucking, what is it, the pantyhose with the panties in the hose or whatever the fuck bullshit it was.
This is
78 or 79.
Yeah, I'm not even in existence at this point.
I'm super non-existent.
I gotta see this thing.
It's definitely an eye-opening experience.
Does your medical coverage cover psychiatric bills?
Unfortunately, it doesn't at Tightrope, but I was told that maybe that might come out, or at least at the very least I get a 6-pack of beer to deal with it afterwards.
No, you have to do it straight.
Chris, you want to make it?
You have to get the
after.
real, true, straight, sober experience.
He said
After I view it, I get a 6-pack of beer under company healthcare policy.
What we're gonna do?
It'll pop your intellectual hymen for sure. I mean,
Oh my
What we're gonna
god!
do is we're gonna like record your face while you watch it, and then play that music.
Yeah, it's
from
going to be like a 2-year-old
record.
1-cup reaction video.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Oh my god!
while that's going on, we're gonna play the music from Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, and
No, you can't cover over the awesome music Go Mad by that actually appears in the holiday special.
or you guys could do a recording of my reaction to it and put the music Requiem for a Dream music over that.
And then we could have Matthew McConaughey reacting to it when he's crying.
I know it's driving Lincoln. I did it before with Cool. All right. We're gonna give you 2 tampons trying to stuff up your nose.
Need some mega tampons.
Wow, this is great.
Love you guys.
All right, Martin. What's your take? What's your take on Star Trek? Are you a Trekkie or are you a fucking Vader fan?
Trekker.
Trekkie.
Honestly, I mean, I do like both to an extent, but I mean, like you said, like you have a favorite,
Right.
as well, and for me, it's Star Wars.
Okay.
And I mean, because I saw Star Wars first before I got introduced into Star Trek, so I think that's probably part of the reason why I enjoyed so much that and lightsabers, because lightsabers.
Because in the new series, everyone has one. How do you feel about that?
Wait, what?
So, episode 1, 2, and 3, it seems like everyone has a lightsaber. You know what I mean? But in New Hope
I
onward,
drank a lot during those years, so.
We were in like middle school.
face down in the stairwell between studying fucking English because Phantom Menace was so bad.
Like pulling balls that pop off out of it.
Fuck. All right, so I think that the part of what makes the franchise the characters, character development. Do you enjoy the characters of Star Trek, or do you think the Star Wars? Is it the storyline? Is it the characters, the technology? You mentioned the lightsabers. What is it about Star Wars that gives us the edge, in your opinion?
For me, I've always liked, I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I love the music, I love the characters,
John Williams, yeah.
and the special effects. I thought at the time were like, when it was made, it was amazing. Just the amount of work and detail that George Lucas went into creating this universe for us, and so for me, Star Wars is like, I love the characters, I love the story, I love the special effects. If you ignore episodes 1, 2, and 3, because I don't care what anyone says, that's not canon. I don't give a shit when people say that's not canon. That doesn't exist.
No Jar Jar Binks for you, huh? TLDR.
Yeah, no, it definitely is canon, though. I mean, I don't think.
Gungan Station.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I played so many.
Carrie Fisher is a Disney princess.
And a crack whore. Sorry, no, that was wrong.
We'd like to apologize to
Wow.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, like all the shit that we talk about Glenn Danzig, and that I'm wearing a fucking Misfits t-shirt again.
For the umpteenth day in a row.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah. Yeah. That's been addressed in company letterhead.
He's laughing all the way to the bank.
That's dash. All right, Chris. I mean, okay. So right now we got 2 for Star Wars, 0 for Star Trek. What's up?
3.
You son of a bitch.
Star Wars wins.
When I grew up, we didn't have much money. I didn't have cable, so I watched a lot of TV shows from the 60s and 70s because we had like 3 channels.
So you're a fan. So you've seen Star Trek.
So from the time I was a kid, I'd watch Star Trek.
Uh-huh.
And, I'd watch it like just about every day, and I liked it a lot. It was great. It captured my imagination, even though the show was already decades old. But Star Wars definitely stole me the first time, huh?
In the night.
Yeah. Nobody was around. Now the first time I saw it,
Fucking gypsies.
I was probably like maybe 6 or so. I had never seen anything like that, and I didn't for a long time.
Okay, so which movie exactly are you talking about, Star Wars? Which one?
It was A New Hope. I started with A New Hope. I'd never seen anything like that.
So even though it was dated, and you kind of grew up.
Dated. It captured my imagination. Like in the early '90s, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of rip-offs and stuff like that. Star Wars. There's a lot of other cool movies, but I mean something like Star Wars or Jurassic Park, it just didn't look like anything else. It just really captured my imagination. So even growing up, I was still into like Star Trek: The Next Generation, stuff like that. But I could, every time we go to the video store, I either rented Ghostbusters or Empire Strikes Back because I could just watch them over and over and over.
So what's your favorite? What's your favorite Star Trek or Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back for sure.
Son of a bitch. So what's that? 2?
Yeah.
3?
Wow. Way to jump on the fucking bandwagon.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is this an? But
You know what?
could
Fuck
this be an
that. I'm
example?
gonna change mine just to be different.
I was about to say, this is an example of like crowd mentality here.
I don't know, Sean. What do you prefer?
I don't think it is.
Well, I am actually a Star Trek fan.
No, you're not. Now you're just saying.
Fucking support the
Here we go. Here comes the supporting arguments. Here comes the supporting
Now
arguments.
we can have some explanations.
So, I grew up on Star Trek, the original series with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. I grew up on them like before I was going to school, after I was going, to school. They were like on the afternoon. My parents were big fans of it too. So it was, and I went to.
I didn't know that they had television in the Shire.
Just because I'm the Hobbit doesn't mean I can't.
No, half Hobbit. Hobbit fucked a Goonie.
Hey, gotcha.
Well, technically,
Well,
like Sean Astin was like both, right?
exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he was both.
Oh!
I think we just figured out who Sean's father is.
Shit!
It's his real dad.
Named for him,
Yeah, like
Damn.
20-something years ago, his mom was at the Star Trek convention and fucking one of the goodies showed up.
Well, that was my
You
dad.
didn't need Obi-Wan to fucking tell you that one.
No, he did not. The Force was not strong with me. So, I grew up on those. I do enjoy Star Wars. If I have to pick one, I definitely actually liked Return of the Jedi. That one, it closed it out.
Did you identify with the Ewoks? Is that why?
No, I identified with Mark Hamill like beating the shit out of Darth Vader. With
Out of his dad? Oh, we have some Oedipal issues here.
exactly. Yeah, what can I say?
All right, okay.
And then moving on to back to Star Trek, I really enjoy the technology. Just simply
The technology.
Yeah, it's just beyond plausible, but still very entertaining. Like teleporters, with the food things, with the food replicators, the cornucopia technology, and just like we're not fighting each other anymore. We're fighting aliens and Borg and crazy stuff.
One of the cool things about Star Trek is they had that kind of adventure of the week feel.
Yeah,
So you're always getting something a little bit different.
And then they branched off with, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, etc. Some of the series, absolute crap. And then the other items, the other shows, they moved them on into movies. Next Generation, Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard, really just, those were definitely some of my favorites. And then even the Will Shatner movies as well. So I really do enjoy Will Shatner as an actor.
Okay, hold on. Shatner or Stewart?
I'm going to have to go Shatner.
That was the wrong answer.
I'm a sad panda right now.
I'm going to have to go Shatner.
I need that.
You're going to have to go back in the basement is what's going to happen.
So this was my last episode of Zapod. Thank you so much for having me on.
Chris, you gotta slice that lemon.
That's always have a plan.
We always have a plan.
All right, Ben, we're back to you. What about your opinion?
I have to say Star Wars. I remember seeing Return of the Jedi in the movie theater. It's my first memory as a human being before I transcended that shit. It's my first memory. I went into the movie theater with my dad to watch Return of the Jedi. I had all the fucking little miniatures, and I had the carrying case with all the minis of Darth Vader, like would fold out and shit. Awesome. Star Wars. I gotta say Star Wars, man. And my favorite movie is Return of the Jedi. Empire Strikes Back. Yes, it is amazing. New Hope blew my fucking mind when I saw it later, of course. But Return of the Jedi for me is probably the best movie. Definitely some climatic closure with it. You have that transcendental moment where the whole series, like Luke Skywalker, it's like it's not really a coming of age, but it's more like a self-actualization process that Mark Hamill's character, Luke Skywalker, undergoes, where at the end it's not just he's fighting the dark side, the Empire, but it's really about him just understanding his own greatness, becoming to grasp that and realizing who he is as a man and as a Jedi. And once he understood that, at the same rate, he was willing to throw it all away. He's like, no, like he knew the Emperor was a badass, probably kill him. It's like, no, you're wrong. It's like, I'm a Jedi like my father, and that was like one of those instances, like, I now know who I am, like Mr. Glass, and it was like, you can kill me now. It doesn't matter. I'm a complete human. I understand. I get it. And you can kill me. You can, whatever. But, you can't take that away from me. And it was that turned Vader back to the light side, I think. Seeing that. And, because it was out of his control, but because of his transcendental moments, transcendence, that inspired those around him, and Darth Vader came back from the dark side, and they vanquished the horrible night.
Oh my! You know what's really crazy is that I could see you having this conversation with someone outside the movie theater at like 7 years old.
and that person's head just lolling back like an infant, just going, "Oh my gosh, who is this fucking kid just animal?"
It fucking melted someone's brain.
Aw.
Why is this kid talking to me like this? Where the fuck are your parents?
Are you lost, little boy? Want to sing a song?
Would you like some candy? Sing
That's
some
a poltergeist, man. Come on. You lost, little girl? Want to sing a song? All of God's creatures. Remember that?
Yeah.
The creepy dude? Yeah, so that's me. And maybe because that's like my first memory. But you mentioned Jurassic Park. Man, I love the 90s. I grew up in the 90s, right? Jurassic freaking Park. That was one of the most amazing movies. You talk about John Williams, same music score. Fucking amazing. Like Jurassic Park theme song.
I think I probably saw Jurassic Park in the theaters as a kid, like at least 6 times. Because the 90s was a totally different time back then too. It was kind of one of those things like
epic scores
hey,
on movies.
no, it's just like, hey, let's go to the movies. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park's in a movie theater for like 4 months. Like, let's go see it again. What? You want to go to a matinee? Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Yeah,
see
movie
Park.
lifetimes in the theaters were a lot longer back then. Now it's like, get a movie.
And the movies were a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, again.
It's almost like those two facts are related.
Son of a bitch.
We just cracked the code, Hollywood.
Correlation,
If you're
man.
listening, Hollywood.
Look out, Wall Street.
Here we come.
The golden age shall be ushered in with a spoon-bending intellect of correlation and David.
It's not a dig, it's a compliment.
No, it's not a compliment.
Talking about,
But it's not a dig, David, so what is it?
It's a dig.
It's a dig.
Well, we were talking about,
Yeah.
golden age, right? It seems...
No, we weren't.
Okay, well, how about...
He wants to talk about it now.
Yeah, let's hear about
Well,
this.
we're talking about the 90s, right? How awesome things were. you
Right.
know. Star Trek's movies, they're kind of... I remember them coming out and seeing some in the theater, right? Assimilate, everything else.
Oh, God.
But just when it seemed that Star Wars was picking up some momentum, a lot of people really hated those prequels. And then Star Trek came out with 2 really awesome movies.
Yep.
Like, amazingly
The
great
new
movies.
ones with
What movies are you talking about?
Chris Pine as
They came out with some really good movies, right? Now this third one, Star Trek Beyond, as it's been titled.
I think David and I both
I
face-palmed
think Chris
ourselves
lives in
here.
this alternate universe where only he exists and everything is backwards.
The Zorroverse.
Everything you know is wrong.
and the BT award of the day goes to
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, why is my name on this envelope? Damn it.
Is it a lump? Is it a lump? Yes, it is, in fact. That's going to be so embarrassing.
Oh, man.
So anyway, I find a correlation between what we tend to favor is something that reminds us of our childhood, like a sense of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I love watching Star Trek on television. And Jean-Luc Picard is fucking amazing. I love that show. I love the philosophical fucking interjections into the storylines and the plots. I think that's really cool. And I love Q. Q is fucking amazing.
Who is that actor?
Very Nietzschean, the principles that he teaches. And that's awesome.
Wasn't he kind of like the little green guy from the Flintstones?
No. You're talking about the actor who played as Q?
No, I'm talking about the character.
Yeah, that character in the Flintstones that showed up vaguely in the back of my mind as a childhood memory needed to be burned on, with something, because that when the Flintstones and Hanna-Barbera went that route, they just lost me. I liked the Flintstones. I was like a small person, and that green thing showed up. And I'm like, click.
All right. So Sean, what did you like about Star Wars?
I enjoy the combat scenes. I like
It's all action.
It's the special effects for what it was.
For the 70s.
For the 70s. And here's the thing, when I was watching some of the explosions, like the Death Star exploding, and then they redid the remastered version with remastered explosions and stuff. The original explosions, they took the freaking little models of the Death Star or the whatever the hell the fucking battleships the Imperial used, and you could just watch the little plastic models like foil out and die when they actually hit the detonator button and then slowed down the thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so done in a studio with a screen, but it's still amazing for its
All
time.
right, quick. Lightning round. Who shot first, Greedo or Han Solo? David, go.
Han.
Martin.
Han.
Han.
Greedo.
Han did.
Once again, Chris lives in bizarre world.
Chris, what the fuck, man?
That'd be different.
I
Son of a bitch. David, what do you like about Star Trek?
I do like a lot of the philosophical discussions. I especially
Yes.
like Next Generation, the fact that Picard is this enlightened leader type as opposed to action Shatner or whatever the fuck Janeway was supposed to be. That he recognizes these moral situations that he's in and actually reasons out a solution to them rather than Kirk's, I'm going to do an impossible thing and it's going to work out because I'm the hero.
Yeah, right. Yeah, scripted immunity. There's you. Martin, what do you think, man? What do you like about Star Trek?
My mom is a huge, well, not huge, but she kind of nerds out a little bit when it comes to the Next Generation. She loves Picard. And
Nostalgia.
Yeah, so nostalgia. So for me, it's like nostalgia, and I always. One of the episodes I remember was when Data is put on trial. Whether or not like he's human or not, or he's machine. I mean, that was one of my favorite episodes. And I mean, Star Trek, if I remember correctly, the original with Shatner is credited for having the first interracial kiss shown on TV.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, during a time period where living in America, being a minority, wasn't all that great. It's gotten a lot better since then. So, I mean, I give props to Star Trek for having the balls to do that.
Yeah.
At a time when no one else wanted to.
Absolutely, yeah. So we got the philosophical piece. We got the fucking. But we'll get a recap. Go ahead, Chris. What do you like about Star Trek?
Well, like I had said, the adventure was there. I definitely enjoyed that, especially as a kid. You know, but not too much. Sitting there watching all, him going to all these different places, meeting all these different people, kind of dealing with stuff on a weekly basis. Holy shit!
Donuts.
Oh, the fuck. Pass.
Go ahead.
Pass.
Oh shit. All right, so it sounds like we like Star Trek for all the fucking right reasons. We like Star Trek because of like the social impact that it had, the revolutionary type of themes, the philosophical connotations to it, everything that is great about society in general, like real art type of shit. And yet we all seem to, except for Sean, we all seem to prefer Star Wars, where it's mostly action and a sense of nostalgia.
I would say it's because Star Wars, at least the original trilogy, it's a simple story, but it's told so well, it's so expertly that you can't help but love it.
That's true.
Well, you guys all come back to this point where you can like them both, but you like one a little bit more than the others. I'm not disagreeing with that point. I like Star Trek a little bit more.
Because of the science fiction and the technology coming
Correct.
from a
And
guy that does not silence his fucking phone.
What can I say? I love technology. So with that being said, no. But just to, I guess, wrap up with the line of questioning is that with Star Trek, my favorite movie was Star Trek Generations, where they combined Patrick Stewart.
Wrong.
Damn! From under the bridge it comes.
I was about to say, didn't we?
Wrong.
We're chumming the waters.
He's like, your opinion's unfounded.
It's Will Shatner and Patrick Stewart. It's the best of both worlds. Okay, and Will Shatner's character, James T. Kirk, dies.
Thank God.
It was the passing of the torch.
Crushing him under a bridge.
And no one was there to see that, unfortunately.
I saw that one in theaters. I went and saw that one in theaters.
$640.
You must have front row seats because no one else was with you, sucker.
Now my parents were there.
Ass to ass.
right. Well, hey, riddle me this answer, man. You hate everything so much. What do you think about the new Star Wars movie, Episode 7?
Oh shit! Here we go. Trailer. We'll talk about
How
the trailer.
much time do you
trailer.
have?
Yeah, how much time do we
Yeah,
have?
we're running a little late, but real quick. Trailer. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Wait,
Two sentences.
let David go last, because we already have a pretty good idea.
All right, so we're gonna go around the table then. All right.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Go for it,
Widishins.
Ben.
Vidishins. Thumbs down. Hackneyed, insipid, bullshit. Who are the main characters? Appeal to the sense of nostalgia. Oh my god, look, it's a Star Destroyer in the fucking desert. Thumbs down. Who cares? It's gonna be shit. Sean.
I'm gonna say thumbs middle. I want to give it a chance.
It's not a fucking option.
You're last. You're last. You get to speak when it's your turn.
You have to actually express an opinion before we can move on.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My
needs to be
opinion
validated.
is that I'm interested in seeing it, and I think it might be good.
Call that a thumbs up.
Okay. Thumbs up.
Chris.
2 thumbs way up, waiting to buy tickets. I'm
Okay.
gonna be there the first night.
Martin.
You'll be with him.
Guys think on a date?
Here's the thing. I said 2 thumbs up because I'm speaking for him, because if we were to go like prison style,
What happened to quality, Chris?
I own him.
It's fucking.
You want
Chris,
to buy
Chris,
him?
hold on. It's legal
You wanna
now.
buy him
Okay,
for a pack of
It's
cigarettes?
legal now.
it's legal.
You wanna buy him
Relax,
for a pack
dude.
of cigarettes?
Relax. Relax, man. That's fucking gangster, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, you might get stabbed. Get shanked.
All right,
For a
and
pack of
Gary
nukes.
Trump.
so finally,
Alright, David, what's up? What is
Thumbs
it?
down.
Thumbs down, okay. Thank you. Why?
It's a desperate playoff. Nostalgia, having the old cast in is a huge mistake. They're trying to shoehorn in characters in the original trilogy, which is the same mistake the prequel trilogy made. I could go on. I won't.
Agreed.
Take it like a bitch.
Agreed. And that gets into one of our previous arguments from the vault about old fans, new fans, real fans, plagiarism, selling out
Fan
the
fiction.
genre. Yeah. All right, David, I'm glad finally you've seen the light and you've seen it my way. Well, I guess that settles the discussion here. Special guests, Martin and Sean, thanks for being with you.
thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I think you guys signed on for another show. That'd be great.
Wow.
No, we
Wow.
have to send Sean back to the basement.
No, I don't know, Sean. Hobbits have a way of finding their way to the surface. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we squared away the Star Trek versus Star Wars controversy with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Later.